Hello, everybody. My name is James D. Lee. I'm a Warner Brothers Discovery shareholder. And I'm going to talk to you about what's going on with Warner Brothers and what I see in Hollywood. So, in the news that we've seen, the stock's down a little bit. Usually, this is when I start buying more stock. Now, David Zaslav just got a new contract. He's getting paid over $50 million. A lot of people are upset about it. I'm not that upset about it. Really, I'm not. I'll give you my reasons here in just a minute. Right now, Hollywood in general has a major problem. The major problem is this: there are greenlighting programs and greenlighting shows that tank. Okay? What I mean by that is nobody gives a rat's butt about them. Nobody cares to go see them. Theaters are hurting. The main goal of Warner Brothers, Disney, whatnot needs to be this focus. Not the Academy Awards, because we know they're nothing but a DEI garbage fest. It is to be profitable. We have lost that mindset of being a profit driven company. And what do I mean by profit driven company? Meaning that everything we do in a business should be focused in on making a profit, making money, to continue our business to be profitable. Right now, that is not the case. We see it time and time again. Disney. Disney, number one, needs to get their actors to shut up and quit posting political crap and this stuff about, oh, well, what happened in the 80s and this is not going to happen. We're going to do it like that. Stop that. You have to control your actors. You have to control them to the point they're not going to destroy your project before it gets out. Case in point, Snow White. Now, Snow White was a complete cluster disaster from the start. Snow White is what you don't do to make profit. And Disney's getting real good at it. They haven't had a successful movie in a long time. And they're losing money left and right. Plus the lawsuits. I know ABC News had to make a settlement. And, CNN's probably going to have to make one here pretty soon, too. MSNBC just had to make a $30 million settlement. You guys got to stop doing this. You got to be more protective of what you're doing. You got to be more accurate of what you're doing. And again, it's costing money. We continually is costing money. In WBD's defense, okay, and in David Zaslav's defense, our debt's down, our costs are down. We're making some profit, but we're still messing up at our movies. And you can say, "Oh no, it's okay." No, it's not. When the movie theaters are crumbling and movie theaters are having problems, that's a problem. I was at the movie theater yesterday. You know what I saw? I saw a movie that was made in the 80s in the theater, Vampire Hunter D. Okay, a movie in the 80s that I own on DVD and in VHS. The theater was 90% packed to see a movie from the 80s. 90% packed. Come on, guys. Why are we losing to a movie that was made in the 80s? We as a company have to focus on making good quality movies that make profit not only for us but for the theaters. Because unless we do something, we're going to see a decline in the theaters, a decline in people going to the theaters, and we're going to lose a lot of money. So I'm going to propose a couple of things for Warner Brothers to do to make profit. Okay, let me just make profit. So we have House of the Dragon. It's very popular. We're making money off of that, but we're not making it in the theaters. So what do we need to do? Well, this is my suggestion. As of right now, Hasbro is a complete cluster disaster. It's falling apart left and right. And under Hasbro, they own a company called Wizards of the Coast. Wizards of the Coast is hemorrhaging really bad. I think they've already fired their CEO. They have laid off 90% of their employees under the Dungeons and Dragons format. 90%. That should tell you something. That should tell you how bad this company is doing. But that's not what I'm talking about here. I'm talking about going to Hasbro, making a deal for their IPs for all movie rights and all cable rights of Dungeons and Dragons. Why did I say that? Okay, so 1986, that's next year, the Dungeons and Dragons animated cartoon series, which is extremely very popular, even to this day, it's very popular, is going to hit 35 years. Actually, it's going to hit 40 years. I'll take it back 40 years. It never was finished. We get it. We can box it up as a 40th anniversary of it. And then using Warner Brothers animation, which they are very good. Because, yes, and I did go see The Day the Earth Blew Up with Porky and Daffy. Great movie. I highly recommend it. Yes, I love Warner Brothers. Yes, I love Looney Tunes. But their animation studios can take the concept of that D&D and finish in the 24 episodes, can finish that series, close it out, and get more hype for Dungeons and Dragons. Why am I saying this? House of the Dragon takes about a year to 2 years to put out 10 episodes. Okay? So let's just be clear. 10 episodes at $10 million a piece. We need something to fill up everything, especially in theaters. We get Dungeons and Dragons. We use the same format as House of the Dragon, that dark, gritty aspects. Do 3 movies over 3 years at $30 million a piece. Using the technology of House of the Dragon, that's a no-brainer. That's easy. We do it right. We do it based on the actual role-play game. We do it based on classic role-play, not this modern stuff, but classic, where orcs and goblins are evil, disgusting, monstrous creatures and not seen as, whatever they've got right now. Each movie, $30 million. Each movie brings in $100 to $110 million. Guess what? We got $50 million profit. Again, profit. Profit is key. Profit is everything. There's just 3. What other IPs are sitting out there? Well, Buck Rogers. It's almost 50 years. Well, 45 actually. It's almost 45 years since we did Buck Rogers. Again, 3 movies, $35 million each. No brainer. That's two movies right there. That's 2 movies series right there per year that we could make $250,000 off of. Maybe even more. Keeping the cost around $30 million. It can be done. It can be done easily. We don't need $200, $300 million. That's James Gunn. That's DC Comics. Let him make the big super monster hero movies. Let him make the big stuff. I'm talking about stuff that we can make profit on that is a guarantee to move forward. Another IP, Flash Gordon. We can do the same thing. This is 3 different IPs that we could run with, plus the Monsterverse we could run with, and be making profit. Not only that, Dune's coming out with number 3. That's going to end the trilogy. I think he's not going to go any further. I think he's just doing Doom Messiah. If he's going to stop at Doom Messiah, we got to have something to fill those slots. And let's face it, right now Star Wars is dead. Star Wars is hemorrhaging. Anything Disney has right now, Star Wars, Marvel, it's even their Princess line is crumbling. Nobody trusts them. Nobody trusts them to produce anything good. We can't be like that. We got to be trusted to say we're making good quality movies. We've got to say we're making good quality television. We also need to start making series that are 24 episodes, not 10, not 8, but 24 episodes. We've got to have stuff that engages our audience. We've got to have movies that engages our audience that people want to go see. We've got to hype it like that, because when I'm going to a movie theater and I'm seeing a movie that was made in the 80s, I'm talking 40 years ago, and it's 90% full, and then Snow White is empty, we have a major problem at Hollywood. We have lost the trust of our customers. And yes, they're customers. And before you say, I don't need to, the fans are the customers. Why the fans are so important? Fans are so important because they're the ones that buy the merchandise. They're the ones that buy the shirts. They're the ones that continually come to see the movies, the TV series. The fans are the main importance. Not Oscar, not Globe, none of that crap. Because in the end, that doesn't pay the bills. That doesn't make our stock go stronger. That doesn't make our stock grow even more powerful. Okay, I'm tired of seeing our stock between $7 and $10 a share. Discovery's had Warner Brothers for 3 years. Okay, I've been with Warner Brothers for right at 3 years as well. I'm going to tell you how I got into Warner Brothers. My friends sold me all their shares to get out because they didn't think you guys could run the business worth a damn. I, on the other hand, see things as a long picture, 5, 10, 15 years. Where's it going to be? Right now, we're halfway there. We're in 3 years. So now I'm starting to say stuff. I've been saying stuff, but now I'm really starting to say stuff. We have got to do better. We have got to do a lot better with our productions, with our movies. I understand Beetlejuice 3 is coming. Congratulations. I'm glad we're making another third one. The second one did very well. It made profit. Again, profit. Profit is key. Profit is important. We have to continually focus on profit. Not DEI, not this other bullshit agendas. Profit needs to be our number one focus on everything. And when I'm talking Dungeons and Dragons, and I'm talking Buck Rogers, and I'm talking Flash Gordon, I'm saying do these with new actors, young actors. Why? Because these actors, we can control their contracts, we can control what they say on social media, we can have rules in place that they understand that there are consequences for messing this up. Because right now, you're letting Hollywood actors and stuff just go rampant on social media. That's what destroyed Star Wars. Not Star Wars. Well, yeah, it did Star Wars. But also Snow White. Snow White was a disaster starting with, but then you have your actress out there just going berserk on politics, yelling at fans, disrespecting fans, and you think they're going to go see the movie? That's not how this works. You have to get the fans involved. You have to get the fans wanting to see this. James Gunn has now started to really ramp up about Superman. Okay? I'm looking forward to it. I'm hearing the reviews are really good. So I'm looking forward to it. Yes, and I'm supporting James Gunn as well. I don't want anybody fired. I don't like seeing anybody lose their jobs. I really don't. But we need to have people in place that make and want to make movies to make profit. Okay? Yes, firing the creators of Joker 2, great idea. Don't do any business with Sweet Baby Inc. They destroy our IPs in video games. Why are we even talking with those people? They're a cancer. Stop doing that. We lost how much millions of dollars on the video games? Everything we focus on, TV, video games, comic books, yes, DC Comics, everything needs to be focused on profit. Profit is, again, key. I'm going to keep talking about profit because nobody else does. DC Comics has a fatal flaw. That fatal flaw is they don't look at manga as a threat. I would look at my back wall. Do you see DC Comics up there? Except for that Wildcats book? No, you don't. What do you see? You see manga. Okay? Yeah, that's right. That's manga. All that is manga that I bought. And yet I have a room full of DC Comics as well. That is killing DC Comics right there. We have to go to war against manga. We have to come out with books. Okay, right now, there's a manga. There are several mangas out there that are just crushing us. One's a Western. It's brand new. I just saw it. The artwork, the story is phenomenal. It's unbelievable. It beats everything DC Comics is doing. That manga is going to be a monster. It's only been out for a couple of months, but I can guarantee you this: it's a hit. Ruri Dragon, number 2. Ruri Dragon is rocking and rolling. Those two right now, I would be focused on to go on war against. You got to start taking manga seriously, folks. We've got to. I mean, if you don't believe me, look at Solo Leveling, the Apothecary Diaries. The fan base is exploding. Solo Leveling is a monster. Solo Leveling Ragnarok, which doesn't even have an anime series right now, is exploding as well. We have to be focused on going against war against those issues. We have got to fight manga. Because if we don't, our sales are going to keep slipping. DC Comics needs to focus on profit. What will sell? Not glorified whatever the writer wants to do. Okay? Because I'm going to tell you what doesn't sell. Okay? It doesn't sell. It sits on the stage. That's where it's at. It's when you focus on alternative lifestyles. Again, alternative lifestyles, that's 10% of the population at the max. You got to stay focused with storyline. What's one of the biggest comic books right now? Rogue in the Savage Land. Why? Because we all know that story. We all wanted to know what happened with her. It's a great story. It goes all the way back to the early 90s comic books to tell what happened with her in the Savage Land. It is selling like hotcakes. Why? Well, let's see. You have Rogue. Rogue is one of the most popular X-Men of all time. She is. I love her. She's my favorite X-Men. Okay? She's in the Savage Land. Her uniform's torn all to pieces. Yes, let's face it, sex does sell. Okay? I'm not going to knock it. You can get mad all you want to. But guess what? It does sell. Look at Rogue in Savage Land. She's not wearing much clothes. She's having to survive. She's a tough girl. The artwork's good. The story's good. Everything is rocking in that book. That book is constantly rocking. It's going good. On the other hand, you have Spider-Man, which everybody's pissed off about. Because why? Mary Jane and Parker were the romantic couple. They were married, everything like that. But you have an idiot that's in the office at Marvel who's decided they're going to keep them broke up. Because let's face it, Marvel and DC have a problem, and they do have a problem, with classic romantic couples. Okay, you don't believe me? They broke up when they relaunched everything. Did Superman and Lois stay married? No, we got to get rid of that. Oh, we can't have that no more. Everything has to be fixed. Everything needs to be fixed. Before somebody says, but Superman and Lois, yes, I know. I know later on they got, yeah, I know about the kids and all that stuff. So yes, I understand. But I'm just making a point. Okay? So again, profit, don't take anything lightly, especially manga. Don't do it. I mean, I'll put it like this. You want to talk about animated movies? I went and saw the Overlord animated movie. Okay? Again, what did that do? That did pretty good. Again, I'm going to see Japanese movies. I'm going to see old Japanese movies, and I'm seeing those instead of watching Snow White or anything else that's coming out. And let's face it, we're not doing very good this year. Not since Beetlejuice. Our movies have not done that good. We got to refocus. We've got to rebrand everything. And stop doing stuff like The Lord of the Rings, where you took a girl that most people don't know, and you did a story about her. Nobody cared about that. We wanted to see Hammerhead. We wanted to see the great warriors. And you didn't give it to us. And this is Peter Jackson. Come on. Guys, We got to stop making mistakes. We have Peter Jackson. We have New Zealand. We can do D&D. We can do Lord of the Rings. We can do House of the Dragon. We can do all those productions and make money. Don't do it animated. Make it live action. But we can make lots of money if we do it right. But again, we got to do it right. And I'm saying that as a horror author. And I'm a very successful horror author. We have got to do things right. And right now, we're not doing that. Now, the only other thing I'm going to talk about is, of course, Dave Zaslav, the board, our debt. How's that going? It's going pretty good. Okay, we're managing our debt. We're getting it down. We're still getting it down. TV production, Discovery channels are doing great. We're doing really good on those aspects. This is why I like David Zaslav. He knows how to manage a business. Okay, I'm saying to the shareholders, don't freak out. We can fix this. We have plenty of time, but we have to start now. And if we get these IPs, we get these productions, we can make quality movies at a budget. Okay, not $200, $300 million, not $100 million. I'm saying stay under $40 million for each project. Think about it. $30 million, $35 million, you make $65 million, you're already in the profit. I mean, think about it. You make under $100 million and you're bringing in profit. I would rather make $100 million and be in profit of $20 million than have a $300 million movie that flops and costs us $600 million in the hole. Which is it? Are we going to go profit, or are we going to make these big blockbusters that don't work? And I'm not talking about Superman. I think Superman is going to be a success. I think Superman will do better than the Fantastic Four after what's been coming out about how they're going to do their characters. I'll go see both movies because I want to see what they do. But I want to make this crystal clear. Superman has to be successful or DC's done. DC Comics has to go to war against manga. We have to make movies that we can put out every 2 to 3 months each year that'll pull in that costs us about $30 million, that'll pull in $100 million. Because not only does that make money for us, it makes money for the movie theaters. And right now, movie theaters are struggling. Why do you think movie theaters are showing Vampire Hunter D, the original one, not Bloodlust, which Bloodlust is really good too, but why do you think they're showing that original one? Because people are going in to see it. Same thing with Macross. Yes, the Macross movies hit theaters. After 10 years of being out, they hit theaters. People went and saw those. Why are people seeing these movies, but yet they're not going to see the new movies? That's the problem we got to fix. We have got to get people in the theaters. And I mean really get people in the theaters. When we do that, we'll make money. If we don't make it, we're going to lose more and more money. And then what are we going to do? End up like Paramount? Paramount is crumbling before our eyes. Paramount is shattered into nothingness. There's a bidding war to buy it now. You know what's going to happen when it gets bought? A lot of the stuff that's at Paramount is going to be shipped over to Spain. That's right, to Spain. Not going to be in Hollywood. Not going to be in California. It's going to be in Spain. What's Warner Brothers boom? I know about Las Vegas. We got to cut our costs. So of course we're going to move out of California. Why? Because we're not making any money on our movies. We're not making much money. We get 1 or 2 movies a year that's making us money, and then we have to ride its coattails because the rest of our stuff crumbles and crashes. We need everything to be making profit. Because if everything makes profit, everything makes us money, we can sit good. We can do good. And that's what I'm getting at. Profit, profit, profit. We have to make profit. I have over 30 years in business management. I know how to run a business. I'm very good at it. And my main goals is real simple. Make profit. because I make profit, I get to stay where I'm at. If I don't make profit, I get thrown out the door. Customers are important. Fans are important. And ignoring that is going to cost us a lot. We can't afford to do that. We have to fix things. And I'm doing this video before the shareholders meeting so you can understand my concerns. Warner Brothers, David Zaslav, we have to fix things. And I am open to sit down and talk about how to fix it. Because I want to make money. I want to make profit. I don't want to keep losing money. All right? Well, that's my rant. If you think I'm right, leave a comment. If you think I'm wrong, leave a comment. I'm easy to find. You can follow me on X. You can find me here. Okay? My name is James D. Lee. I'm a Warner Brothers Discovery shareholder, investor, and I want to make Warner Brothers great again. Yeah, I know I said it. So what? All right. Talk to y'all later. Bye.